Okay, so I got a little swarm right here, a medium-sized swarm on this tree. Low enough to the ground, the tree's flexible, so I just put a box of comb with some honey right here. Try to center it directly below the nuke, stretch this down on the swarm. I'm going to give it a sudden little jerk. Drop those bees right there. And they're either dropped on it or into the entrance. Of course, no smoke. You don't want to make the bees think that they're moving into a fire. So we get these guys down. We give them, take a blade of grass here, and give them this nice little tickle on the back. That will make them want to move down. So a little tickle. They don't like being tickled, and they'll move down into those combs. I want to get them down onto the combs so I can put the lid on, and the only source of smell will be at the entrance. Okay, so I don't want to squash any bees. Okay. Slide this on so I don't crush any bees. Slide it across, and there we go. Now I can actually move it back a little bit. And you can see, first bees that find it, they're going to start putting their tails up pretty soon. We don't see it really to any extent yet. No, we're not seeing strong nasting offset. So they're not putting out the orientation pheromone. There we go. Got our first bees starting to raise their tails up. There we go. So here's one right here with the nasting off the land exposed. Putting out plume. Here's another one putting plume, another one putting plume. Now they're saying, okay, this is where home is. And watch the other bees immediately start to follow them right in. So we got a trail of bees going now. So what we do is we disturb these bees just slightly. We disturb them just slightly. They're going to follow the nasting off scent. So you just go out around the perimeter. No smoke again. Smoke will think that they should leave. We don't want them to leave. See them all starting to march now? So again, disturb these. We want to make sure if the queen is here in a clump, that she will also follow that scent. So if the bees clump off to the side and the sun starts to go down, gets cool, you'll have a separate clump of bees that won't go into the box. So we've got our nice river of bees going in right now. So let's find out why we have a clump here. Now, if the queen were over here, we'd probably start seeing a clump of bees around the queen, but I'm not seeing that. So she either fell in or she's walked in. And I'm just disturbing these bees just a little bit around the outside edge. They don't like that little bit of disturbance. And you don't even need the hive tool, you just do it with your finger right here. Make sure we don't have any clump with the queen out here. And everybody's happily walking away, walking in. So we're looking right here to make sure we don't have a clump with the queen. And again, a little bit of disturbance. As soon as they disturb them, the rest of them go, oh no, they're leaving me behind. And they come right after the rest of the bees. Again, this nasty enough scent is what they're following. Not strong enough for a human normally to smell. You need a swarm several times this large with all their tails up before a human can actually smell that lemon geranium scent. But obviously the bees smell it very, very clearly. And at this point, we're just about to walk away. We know that all the rest of these bees are going to walk right on in. The one thing I might do is take some grass right here and brush these bees off the side. Sometimes you get a swarm will clump on the side, or if the queen walks underneath, they might clump there. But everybody's walking very clearly into the entrance of this hive right now.
Now you've got one extra nuke to sell.
Well, this probably is a year-old queen, but this is good for us. So we'll take this one home and keep her for ourselves. All right.